I'm back. It's Zhloe. Zhloe. Anyway, I got the things, so I will now give you the things. She does have specific dialogue for each and like every one of these items, which is quite intriguing. Ice stalagmites formed by the dripping of pure cavern water over long periods of time are known for their crystal clear purity. Speaking of which, what's the difference between a stalagmite and a stalactite again? Either way, this is sure to fetch a good price. Now let's take a closer look. Oh, Lynn, it's absolutely stunning. So stunning that it's a shame I have to sell it. But I will make the ultimate sacrifice for the children. I still get a buttload of XP from it though. Even for my level. It scales with your level, so. But it's also something you can only do like a certain amount of times per week. So it makes sense. Right, thanks to your hard work, Zhloe is practically swimming in souvenirs from the Highlands. Why, I can just see the smiling on Master Gegaruch's face, and the gil flowing freely from his coffers. Teehee. Teehee. Bring home. Such a good video. Souvenirs you brought back from Curses have been selling like something that sells a whole lot. Master Gegaruch and his friends at Costa del Sol say that just gazing at him is as refreshing as a cool breeze on a hot summer's day. Why, the gil's been pouring in day and night, left and right, but that's not all. Now that our finances are under control, I can finally buy the books and writing implements I've had my eyes on for so long. After all, Zhloe can't very well watch over them forever, can she now? I must help them cultivate their minds, that one day they can strike out and earn their keep on their own. So I was never cut out to be more than a humble merchant, but their future is just full of possibilities. I can't let them down. And to think that not long ago I was worried that I wouldn't be able to pay next month's rent. Just look at how far we've come, and it's all thanks to you, Lynn. Zhloe thanks you from the very bottom of her heart. Today I think I'll treat myself to a fresh bowl of pineapple pudding. Freshly made 3 days ago, that is. I have to make it last, you know. Anyhow, I know you're doing the hard work, but even I deserve that much, wouldn't you say? I like how it went from a smile to just like a neutral face and then a smile again. Oh, thank you. The last bowl I had was left over from last month's batch, and it was somewhat lacking in the smoothness one generally associates with pudding. Why, I almost thought I'd crack a tooth. Not that I actually cracked one, of course. See for yourself, Zoe's smile is as cute as ever. Now, one tooth that's slightly out of place only adds to the charm. At least that's what Rowena always told me. Don't you think so too? Oh, you're really too sweet. I'll let you in on a secret. From leftover pudding to stale flatbread. No matter how hard a piece of food gets, you can always soften it up by soaking it in hot water. Yeah. Of course it doesn't taste as good then, but at least it's easy on the jaw, and we all have to make sacrifices, right? At least that's what I tell the children when all I have for their supper is day-old porridge. Save the children. Please, save those children. And Zhloe too. But I guess Zhloe's old enough she can... I feel like she knows very well how to survive. I think she knows it a little too well. How about how far Menthina's arms have come? From teetering on the brink of bankruptcy to clinging oh so desperately to life, we now find ourselves this close to achieving our dream of actual stability. And it's all thanks to you, and me, and our clients, of course. And the children, too. What were we talking about again? Oh, that's right. Zhloe set her sights higher and higher in search of our biggest client yet. You'll never guess who it is. I'll give you a hint. What begins with sounds and rhymes with Aelstrom. Give up? I'll tell you, the Maelstrom. A kind regular here at the Hard Place told me that the Admiral's planning to hold a massive war game of sorts. Doesn't that sound fun? And kind of scary, but fun. Anyhow, the word is they're looking for all the equipment they can get their hands on. Cannons, cannonballs, more cannons. I have the list around here somewhere. Anyhow, I'm sure you can see where this is going. If you could procure for me a healthy stock of top-of-the-line naval material, I can guarantee you will be positively swimming in gil. And hopefully not drowning. That's all I mentioned that you can't swim. But where were we? Oh, of course. I've written up a brand new register for items for you to procure. Anyway, you'll take a look, won't you? Remember, it's not just Zhloe who's counting on you, but we must think of the children. Yep. Okay, and then I have Krabus Krustus. Then we have the next stuff, which I will get for this week, and then I'll be making another recording next week. Anyway. I'll be right back for you guys, and yet again, more time for me. Okay, I'm back for more Zhloe. Hello. Have this moss. Smells is an indispensable ingredient in the brewing of dusk and draught, which, as we all know, is itself indispensable. In actuality, I'm not quite sure. What I am sure about is that the Maelstrom suppliers is willing to pay a premium for it. Let's take a closer look. Yes, I'm going to. I bring the highest quality stuff all the time. Because why wouldn't I? There are words for them. And the amount of effort is not very higher. Very high. It's not much more difficult. Lynn, oh Lynn, you'll be happy to know that Zhloe's instincts were right on the mark once more. My contact in Nimza tells me that the material you collected for the Maelstrom was, and I quote, a bloody godsend. Those were the Admiral's own words. Can you believe it? Zhloe still can't believe it. Every piece has been sold off and at prices that have our coffers overflowing like never before. Now I can finally provide the children with the life they deserve. 1 square meal a day to accompany their usual porridge. Blankets and bedding free of mold and moth holes. Shoes with actual soles. And finally, Zhloe can treat herself to a fresh bowl of pineapple pudding every other day. What will you eat the other day? Why, nothing, of course, but don't worry, I just closed my eyes, save for the smells wafting in from at Kirog's kitchen and chomp my teeth together. If I try really hard, I can almost convince myself that I'm dining on a full-course meal. This poor girl. Yeah. Yeah, same, Lynn. I am now the savior of the orphanage. Well, that was something. Right. There's no other maybe something else. To think Zhloe would live to see the day when Menfina's arms was finally free of debt. Not that I thought I'd actually die, of course. At least not for a while. I mean, we're all going to die one day, right? She stopped talking. Oh dear, conversation took a depressing turn. What I mean to say is, thank you oh so much for all you've done. Thanks to you, then, business is thriving, and Zhloe can finally keep Menfina's arms running on her own. Oh, Kep, what brings you out here? Something the matter? Oh no, did Zhloe forget your supper again? No, Miss Zhloe, it's my friend. I told her my name day was coming and she started crying. She said she doesn't know when her name day is, and I started crying too. When I first came to Menfina's arms, I cried in my bed every night. Tried to smile in front of you, Miss Zhloe, but deep down, I knew that Mummy and Daddy were never coming back. But Miss Zhloe was so nice to me, and Chloe would always cheer me up with the stories about dragons. Before I knew it, I wasn't crying anymore. And so I want to do for her what Chloe and Miss Zhloe did for me. But what can I do, Miss Zhloe? If only I could give her my name day, I would, but... Yes, if only. Wait, Takep, you're a genius, don't you see? We'll just declare your name day the day of all your friends who don't have a name day of their own. We can all celebrate together, and none of you will have to feel alone. That's such a great idea. I wish I'd thought of it. Or wait, did I? Oh, Miss Zhloe, can you really? It would make her so happy. It's interesting to me that, like, in Heavensward, they introduced children. Because they really weren't there in the Realm Reborn. Of course we can, but we're going to need presents, and not just any presents. Presents so delightful that these poor boys and girls will be able to forget, if only for a day, all the pain and the suffering they've endured in there. I'm sorry, I seem to have something in my eye. Not. Get yourself together, Zhloe. Standing around here sniffling isn't going to get anything done. Well now then, I think you know what we have to do. Are you ready to get collecting? I mean, yeah. It's easy. Okay, so yeah, I'll meet you guys here when we actually finish it off, because you only need one more, if I recall. Yeah. Only one more, and then we are done with Zhloe. Alright. BRB. Have no fear. Because Lynn is definitely here. With more stuff for Zhloe. Hand it over. That thing you have. Your glass eye. Grant us eyes. Oh Lynn, how can Zhloe ever thank you? So many gifts, and every last one of them straight from the heart. The children will know joy and happiness beyond their wildest dreams. Miss and Miss Zhloe, thank you so much for the presents. This is my best name's day since the time Mummy and Daddy got me a wind-up Moogle. My best friend was so happy too. She said it's the second happiest day of her life. After the day she saw a real-life dragon. Did I tell you how much I love dragons? You certainly did, Kebab. Keb? I hate that word. Name. And guess what? Zhloe loves dragons too. But I'm glad your name day was a happy one. Just wait and see what I have planned for you next year. Hi Zhloe. I just came to say hi, which I guess I just did. Are you working hard? Chloe's working hard too. Oh Lynn, what are you... Wait, I know. You're working with Zhloe. Zhloe told me she had a new partner. But I didn't know it was you. Until now, I mean. Yes. She's serious. Lynn here has been a godsend ever since she showed up. The guild's been flowing in virtually non-stop. Money. That's wonderful, Zhloe. Oh. Chloe almost forgot to get... Guess what? Chloe got a new story for you. I think it might be my best ever. You want to hear it, don't you? Yeah, sure do it. Does it have dragons in it? Please say it does. Anyway, we'll be going now. See you around, Miss Lynn. And I know you're really busy, Miss Zhloe, but please try not to forget our supper tonight, okay? Boom. So, you're one of the adventurers who's been sharing your tales with my little sister. No wonder her stories have been so exciting of late. Yeah, I've definitely been doing that. She's still just a child, but no matter how hard things get, that smile never leaves her face. Even though I know she's lonely, but with her sister always working. Now that we're turning a profit and Mefina's arms is going strong, I can finally spend more time with her. I'm sure she can't wait to tell me her latest stories, and I can't wait to hear them. But that doesn't mean Zhloe is closing up shop. Not for a second. You may be better off than ever before, but there's always more to be done. For the children, of course. You'll still lend me a helping hand from time to time, won't you? Yes, for the experience. And the scripts. Ah, thank you ever so much, then. Wherever could Zhloe be if it weren't for you? Probably out in the streets shivering with nary a bowl of pineapple pudding to be had. Pineapples. And that is that. We are now part of the family. Family. It's such a good video. Also, Zoe Aliapo's appearance may now be altered through the use of glamours. You can now apply glamours. Through your efforts, the fineness of Menfina's arms are now stable. It seems, however, that Zhloe has a different sort of favor to ask of you. And with that, I would like to announce our latest client, but before I do, I must warn you, she's quite a demanding one. Our latest client is none other than me! Weren't expecting that, were you, Lynn? Why, I think I even surprised myself. Thanks to all you've done, Menfina's arms have spread wider than I ever dreamed, but there are just a few more things I'd need to truly make my orphanage all I've ever dreamed of. I can count on you, can't I? No. Future requests will be selected at random from all those you have seen thus far, with the list refreshed once a week. You may review the items currently in demand at any time of speaking with Zhloe and selecting Make a Delivery. Know that Orphanage donations, Rainbow Pigment and River Shrimp will earn you particularly handsome rewards. Whenever they make an appearance, the effort to procure them will be worth your while. Companion makeovers. You can cast the glamours on the people that you've helped. And I think we also just got a title for this, right? Yeah, Zhloe's friend. Good. There's something else I wanted to go and check out. Right. You can also, like, instead of going to all these NPCs, you can always go to your timer menu, and then you have, like, all the clients that you can just check out. The thing that they're talking about are the bonus ones over here. So the difference would be quite a considerable amount of extra XP and seals. The money is honestly negligible, considering that it's not that much. And you can only do it weekly anyway. But there you go. So now that that is done, we can, in theory, cast glamours onto Zhloe. So you can dress up any one of these that you like. So I can give her this, I can give her this, It's like anything you have in your inventory that she can wear. Do I still have all of these things in my inventory? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if I did. You, of course, also need glamour prisms to be able to do this. But I do think it looks through everything that you have in your inventory, and then you can just dress up the people that you help however the hell you want. But I am perfectly fine with the way that she looks. And even still, whatever. It's not really my type of content. Anyway, that is it for Zhloe, which I think is also the end of an episode that I'm going to make with this. So I hope you enjoyed this wacky episode of just how I was playing Final Fantasy XIV and showing you guys the Zhloe story. And, well, next episode we are going to, in theory, continue the patches. I think, like, continue the main story. If everything in my head still makes sense. Anyway, goodbye.